Yeah, Taylen, just curious about, not having Andrew out there and not having Tyrone. Is it is it going to be an issue like with timing and stuff, just not having those guys out, especially in full pads for scrimmages and stuff?
We do a great job, I mean, y'all see it on routes on air and things like that. I mean, of, getting as many reps as possible. I mean, we have this thing called the fastest 40. So we're doing 40 reps of 7-on-7. So we're moving fast. So in practice, um, like I said, we do a great job of, getting chemistry with everybody. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say like, no, it's not no different. Of course, it's a difference, but our coaching staff does a great job of, everybody getting reps.
Um, I think they said Isaiah had a 45-yard catch on the first play. What did you see? Were you going against the one or the two defense?
Too.
Two. What did you see with that play? And you also talked about Davion Dozier standing out today for you.
Yeah, just what he's what we saw. I mean, just his versatility. I mean, we can put him out wide, put him in the slot, um, and put him on deep routes, put him on short routes, and he was a little tired, but I mean, he still was out there running full speed and catching the ball, and I'm extremely proud of him and how he executed the plays today. I mean, we asked him to do a lot, and he didn't complain or anything. And with Dozier, he made some big catches, and what's really stuck out was his receiving after the catch, and just knowing what to do with the knowing what to do with the ball and his opportunities. And like you said, Drew and Ty, were out, but our receivers did a great job of stepping up and just the opportunities that they have, and so that was pretty cool to see.
Taylen, I asked Coach Pittman, can you comment on Bobby Petrino, what he's meant to you and how the learning, just what all he brings to the offense?
I'll say first, just a mentality, mentality of every single time we get the ball, our goal is to score. And he's like, we are going to score. And Coach Pitt said belief, and that's really big too. Anything that he says, we're not going to question. We believe. If he says this coverage, our progression is this, like we're going to do it every single time. And I mean, when we're like a little slow, he'll have the offense like bring it up, and he'll say a couple words, but that's just the thing, just mentality and just the belief that we have, that every single time we're going to step on the field, we're going to score.
Last year at Xavian, they lost quite a few players after the season at linebacker to the transfer portal, but you and Dix and Worth and Switzer came in. Just I think that's it. The transfers. Just talk about how the linebacker room's coming around and how you feel like it's producing.
I think we're coming along pretty good. Of course, we got things we need to get better at, but other than that, everybody working, everybody happy, and we like brothers in there. We joke around. In the locker room, the linebacker row, like we all sit together and stuff, eat together and things like that. So I say we're a family, if anything. We close net in the linebacker room.
How are those two freshmen that came in the summer, Simmons and the other one? How are they doing? They came in a little late, but didn't go through spring. But how are they doing?
Yeah, sir. Bishaw and Simmons, yeah, they doing good. They doing great. I tell them all the time they way advanced than I was my freshman year when I came into college. They way ahead of me. So that's credit to those guys. They good players and come from good programs, high school programs. Bishaw came from Hoover, so you can tell he's been coached. He's been, he's gonna be a player. So
I wanted to get your take on today, what you saw from the first unit on defense. And he said slow start, but did that apply to the ones? And what did you like about what you saw today? And what do y'all got to polish up?
yeah, I say as a defense, the first drive or two, we started slow. We just gotta come out there with fire. Just come out there. It was kind of early, but that can't be an excuse. We're gonna have early games, morning games, so we just got to get out there, go out there, and just put our foot on the gas, just go.
You had a scramble, I guess, for a touchdown, or maybe it was called. But what did you think of the run game?
It's touchdown. I'll say it's touchdown.
Okay. What did you think of the run game overall today?
Um, I felt like what Coach Pitt said. I mean, early, we was able to, run the ball. I felt really efficiently. I felt like, towards the end of the scrimmage, everybody got, fatigued And that's what, we got to work on, mentally, just locking in on our keys and with me and my checks and just knowing that and just being the most physical team, for all 4 quarters, not just one half. So that's what, one thing we're going to work on even in tomorrow and, in the film room.
Taylen, Coach Petrino said in spring that a lot of it for you starts with footwork and mechanics. Just what has he worked with you specifically on with that, and how much do you feel like you've improved?
I would say right when we step on the football field, we do a quick stretch, but then it's automatic fundamentals. It's automatic footwork, and he tells me all the time, get over the top, and that's what he's really, really intentional. When we do like special teams, they're on their own field, and we're on like a totally different field, just working consistently on fundamentals and building the habits. If we're struggling on this one type of footwork and this either play action or drop back, we're gonna work it and we're gonna drill it and like repetitive. So he does a great job of if we're struggling with something, doing it while it's like special teams and stuff. So like the next period he's gonna call it, and just it's all about just being confident and just sticking to the fundamentals when the bullets are flying. I feel like he does a great job of instilling that in us.
Taylen, what did you see from the offensive line today, pass pro, specifically? I think last year when we had this first scrimmage, Sam was honest with us that they struggled. So, what did you see from them today?
I feel like honestly they did a good job. Um, of course, there's a couple times where it broke down, but we're gonna go back to the film room and correct some stuff and stuff I need to do checks. So it's a 11-man job. So I feel like, I mean, for the first scrimmage it was good. I mean, of course it can be better, and of course it will be better. But I'm extremely proud of the guys, because we're switching, center, guard, tackle. I mean, it's a lot on them, but they're doing a really good job. So I'm extremely proud of them for that.
And we talked to Landon Jackson yesterday, and he said he sought you out kind of when you got here and stuff, as you guys trying to be the two leaders of the program. What's that relationship like between you and him? Obviously, different sides of the ball, but how have you guys kind of grown as friends and teammates?
I feel like it's really special. He sees things in a defensive point of view. So I mean, he'll come up to me and it's like, hey, like, get the offense rolling and like just say some things, and it's back and forth. And like we'll meet up like on the 50-yard line. We'll say like some quick words, and we did it today. So it's really special. We always go back and forth. Even on the in the locker room, I see him in the locker room. We say a couple words, and I'll just pick his brain, because we have like zone reads and I'm reading him and stuff like that. And he's a really good player. I feel like he's the best DN in the SEC, and I'm seeing that every single practice. So I'm always picking his brain. He's picking my brain. So it's a really cool dynamic.
Hey, Taylen, I've got a big picture question for you. Coming here to Arkansas, how much did you view it as like a reset to learn new habits, get rid of bad habits, things of that nature?
Can you say it again?
Just coming here, how much of it did you view it as a reset in your career?
Honestly, like right when, I met with Coach Petrino, I knew a couple things I had to, get better at that I saw. And he already had his notes and stuff. But, he had a plan, and that's what really spoke out to me. He had a plan on the different drills and the different film things we can do to help me. And that's what, really spoke a lot. And that's right when I committed, I was ready. I was ready to go. So right when I got here in January, we started that process. And, I feel like just these short months I've been here, I've grown a lot, not just, physically, but, mentally and just knowing the game. So I'm definitely grateful for the opportunity that I have to be coached by, one of the best to ever do it.
So you said there were areas you wanted to grow. What were they, and how far have you come?
Like the question said, I mean, of course, footwork. It always starts with footwork. When the bullets are flying, just staying calm in the pocket and trusting the routes and trusting the protection. Consistent with my mechanics and just knowing the game and knowing the offense, like the back of my hand, and understanding matchups and understanding not just coverages and not just defensive line, but matchups and how my guys get off the line and how my guys win their one-on-one matchups, and that's what it is. Just trying to pick out the one-on-one matchups.
Taylen, going back to the offensive line, with Kudus being out, we've seen Nichols and Wiggins both getting reps at center. Just how is Wiggins handling, the center spot? Is there any, do you have to get extra reps with him to get that timing down, or just how's that going?
It's going good. I mean, I feel like as a quarterback and offensive line, dynamic, we try to do similar things, say we do a cadence. Coach Petrino was like, my cadence has to be the same as Malachi's. Malachi's has to be the same as KJ. It's it shouldn't be no drop off, So we try to do this similar things, and they try to do the similar things with, how soon they snap the ball and stuff like that. So it's really cool of the consistency and just the dynamic that they have. So.
And then Coach Pittman told us today that Luke didn't go today, but I mean, you still got, Ty Washington, Varkey's going. Just how nice is it to have maybe that deep of a tight end room to have there?
Well, like you said, you see how deep the tight end room is with, Guns there and Washington and, Shamar and, all of them. They're a threat, they're a threat, not just passing, but running too. They can run block, they can receive the ball. So it's definitely a matchup that we like. And we can do one tight end, we can do two tight ends in the game. And, it's definitely, as a quarterback, you love to see that.
Taylen, Sam said, obviously as a quarterback, you might have some thoughts on how Malachi's doing. Just so, what do you think?
Oh, he's really grown. He's really grown from just from the spring, and into the summer, and just the consistency that he's had, to each practice. And a big thing I see him doing, when he doesn't understand something, he asks questions. Say something was wrong with he didn't understand a defense or something like that. That right after that rack or right after that play, he'll turn around and ask a question and of course Coach Petrino and myself has an answer, but his mentality of always seeking the answer, that's what's a really thing that sticks out. He's just been really fluid in his reads and his progression, so I'm definitely extremely proud of him.
And then you guys obviously aren't playing special teams. Well, I don't know, maybe you are, but Sam said the kickers had a really good day today. Actually, Kyle gave us the stats. And I know they didn't kick real well in the stadium. The coaches told us that. Just as, knowing how important kicking is in the SEC, close games, just how good does that make the players feel when you see the kickers doing good like that in a scrimmage?
It means a lot. It means a lot, but, more importantly, it just reflects on how much work they do. There's plenty of times where, I'm walking the facility, after class or after workouts and stuff, and they're kicking the ball in the indoor, kicking the ball outside, they playing, their music and stuff. And even long snappers are there. And so that just, speaks to just the amount of work that they put in the whole special teams, group. And, when we walk into the team room, they're in the front. So they know that, you could tell they love what they do. That's what speaks a lot.
Yeah, I don't want you to fall asleep up there.
Sorry, what's the question?
The kicker's having a good day. Just how good does that make? It's baseball. It's like if your bullpen's good, it's good for everybody. Just wondering how that makes you feel.
Oh no, it definitely we got confidence in them. Close games, we trust them to go out there and seal the deal. If it's 1 point, 2 point, we trust our kickers to go out there and get the job done. So, we got 1, 2, 3. We got a couple kickers that they kicking good. So
booting.
Yeah, they kicking good.
Xavian, I know you haven't gotten to tackle him, but just what do you make from a defensive perspective of Taylen's ability to run?
He can run. So don't get in the foot race with him. And it's hard, so you just gotta. I mean, it ain't too much you can do. Once he get in front of you, he in front of you. So he just, credits to him. He on our team. Go hard.
There you go.
And then both of you, I know Landon Jackson's the one that's going against him mostly, but with Fernando Carmona, just what makes him stand out, Taylen, from your perspective, and then also from the defensive side?
I would say just their back and forth battles, like every single day they battling, you know. I mean, he wins a rep. I mean, Junior wins a rep and Landon wins a rep, and they don't take, you know, plays off, you know. They're always going back and forth and they're always, you know, communicating on what they think. And so that's what, you know, I like, you know, because, you know, that's the blind side, you know, but I have full trust in Junior, and, you know, just each and every day having that work is, you know, is second to none.
Something I remember about that Petrino said years ago was like you get to the fourth quarter and same linebackers out there, same safeties out there, but a different running back. And I was curious what your thoughts were on tackling a guy like Braylon Russell who goes, what, 6'2", 253. What a challenge that is. And also, Taylen, your thoughts on, you know, just having a consistent running game and the growth that Braylon has showed also.
For me, tackling the running back like Braylon, I mean, you got to bring your feet. He coming, you know, Braylon coming. Once he get the ball and he coming downhill, he coming. So you can't be sleep, or he gonna put you to sleep. So that's my input on Braylon. He can run. He's a heavy runner, and he's not scared of contact. He'll get downhill quick. He'll find the gap. He'll hit it. So.
You know, I'll say having a good run game, you know, it all starts with the run game. And, you know, like I said, if you have a good run game, it sets the tone. You know, it sets the tone for the offensive line, the receivers, you know, everybody gets hyped. And his growth, his knowledge of the offense has grown tremendously. And, you know, a big part of him is, you know, just as a person, you know, when Braylon walks in the room, like he's going, he's going to have he laughs all the time. He always makes jokes. So, I mean, just having that type of person, you know, on the team is, you know, speaks a lot. And especially, you know, coming from a freshman, he's not afraid to, you know, speak his mind. And that's what I like.